everyone, Sophia here from my great challenge. How you all doing? We are entering zone 5. This is the last zone in the FlyLady system. This week there's only 3 days left. This is day 1. We are doing the living room. Tomorrow and the day after that I will do the basement. Why? Because it takes more time for the basement. So I'm going to show you a little tour of what the living room looks like as of now, which quite frankly is not bad at all, because as you know, and if you've noticed, I have been maintaining the house pretty well. So there's not going to be a lot of, you know, kind of like tiny clutter to take care of, just the big stuff. And the dusting has been done this week already, and so I'm just gonna do like the stuff that I would not usually do, like the slip covers, things like this, but we'll talk about it when we get to the list. All right, so orientation. The entry to the house is over here, and if you remember, my dining room is on this side. So you come in and the first thing you see is my sofa. Right here I have a table on the other side with a few pictures and one window. These windows here came with the house and they do open. I believe that in the old days actually they were full windows on either side, and you can see that from the other side because the siding is kind of different. So yeah, so those used to be full windows, and then the fireplace is right here. My big large coffee table is here. That used to be a dining room table that was cut off. And we love it. I have 2 chairs that I absolutely hate, but right now we're not buying furniture. I have another coffee table there, and then the antique curio is here. There's some stuff on top. This is the stuff that was in the other curio. Hey, Scott. Scott is bringing the vacuum from upstairs. So this stuff here, I obviously need to put it somewhere else. Curio's right here. Another window that goes on the deck. The staircase, which I've done last week or the week before, I can't remember, I think that was week 3, is still empty and clean. Yes, look, no dust or dog hair. And then I have magazines here. I brought back the little round table. Why? Because the curio cabinet that used to be here was sold at the garage sale. And then we have the big bookcase here with the tiny TV, and that's about it. So let's go see what we have in store for today. Today's the 29th. I'm just going to do clutter, dust the webs, dust and cobwebs. Slip covers, they have to get in the wash. I'm going to do the windows. I'm probably going to redust and mop as well. So let me start with the stuff that takes the longest. I'm going to remove these dingy slip covers, and they're going to go in the wash right away. Okay, done. Scott is taking them to the wash. Eventually those chairs will go. I just need to find the right type of chairs. For this living room, we're also thinking about getting a sectional, I don't know. We're not there. Okay, let's talk about this. I got rid of a lot of stuff, and it has to be whatever I got left. I have to store, I guess, and put it somewhere. So in the China and the Japanese Kutani and Nippon department, I only kept these 2 here because these are the oldest one, and you just can't find replacement for them. And I really like them. And I kept this one right here. I had 2 sets. One of them was almost full. I had the teapot, but I kept this one instead, even though I don't have the teapot. Why? Because I kind of like it a little bit better. So I kept this one. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll be able to get rid of it. So I did get rid of 1. So that goes here. I was thinking about putting those 2 there as well. But you know what? This is something that I can replace easily. These ones, I just can't. I absolutely cannot find any of those anywhere. I don't know why I'm carrying them twice, so I'm going to put them in this curio instead. Right, and you know what? This needs to be done. I didn't have it on the list, but I've decided I was going to do it. So I have my clean dusting mitten. I'm going to move those to the floor, because what I'm going to do is use this surface on top here to place that stuff there, so that I can dust the inside of the curio and then dust everything individually and put it back. Now when you do the FlyLady, she recommends you only do 15 to 30 minutes per day when you're working in your zone. Today for me is actually Saturday. So I have time to do this, and let's face it, nobody is going to do a cure cabinet in 15 minutes. All right, so I'm just going to move the stuff.
You need to get your laundry downstairs going.
As gently as possible. And everything in here is going to be dusted. This is done. So I used furniture polish and I got all the wood taken care of. It's very dry, so I think I'm gonna have to get some real wax. And I did the glass, and then everything inside has been dusted. I kind of rearranged a little bit how I wanted to display things, and I didn't remove a lot. There's just some stuff that I don't think needs to be in here. So alright, so I removed all of the ornaments that you guys have sent me over the years. They're Christmas ornaments, so they're gonna go in a box carefully wrapped, and I'm gonna put them downstairs with the Christmas decoration. This guy here has got to go back downstairs. These little trains, they are the kids' memorabilia, so that's gonna go in the memorabilia boxes for the kids. And then what else? There's one more thing here that's memorabilia, and then these here, so that needs to go down in the memorabilia box as well. So basically what I'm keeping here is heirloom stuff that belong to either Scott or my family. And then the two ducks, I need to wash them. Well, I need to polish them. And they're going to go up here, but I'm not going to do it yet because I need to clean the agam. This is called Mobility Within. I don't know if you can see it move. It's pretty cool. Alright, so even though I cleaned this, I'm going to, before I put anything on top, I have to get on the ladder or the stool, and I gotta do all of the corners here, and I'm seeing some cobwebs on the other side over there, so I have to do that as well. So I'm gonna do that now and then put the ducks back on here, and that's all I'm gonna have on top. Done. I dusted the painting and got the corners. I have my two ducks, and that's it. Alright, this corner is done. I'm going to tackle the window. Actually, this one I don't really have to do the glass panel because I put the what do you call it, the film on it, because it's directly across from my neighbor's kitchen and privacy, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna do this window and then we're gonna move on. I'm working in a circle, by the way. I'm just working from this corner and then I'm working this way, and the last thing we'll do is the bookcase and this corner right here. I still don't know what to do with this teapot. I'm not parting with it. It doesn't fit in the curio. I actually have some peonies outside. They're in bloom, so I'm thinking about cutting some peonies and just using it as a vase, but I'm not going to get distracted with that right now. So just to remind you, when you do the FlyLady cleaning and you're doing what I'm doing right now, which is a big room in one day, okay, you gotta take breaks, all right? Take 15-minute breaks every 15 minutes or 5 minutes every 15 minutes, whatever you want, whatever works for you. Because the goal here is not to get burned out. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly clean these. I'm out of the regular method thing, so I'm going to use the multi-surface by Pledge. It's alright, it's not a big deal. All I want is to be able to do my, my windows. And I'm done them not too long ago, so I don't have to use the wet rag. You see, it's really not that dirty. I don't have to use the wet rag and the squeegee on that. I'm just gonna quickly go over if there is any, what you call it, stains or anything like that. And do the same thing outside. Probably wondering why I'm not cleaning the baseboards and the heating boards. There's only 3 days left in the month for Zone 5. So Zone 5 is one of those this month that's a short zone. It only has 3 days, so I cannot do all of it. So what I'm gonna do is basically the deep clean. With that, doing that kind of stuff, that can be put back or reported to next month when Zone 5 is a full week. All right, so don't be concerned with things that, oh, but I don't have time to do this, or this is missing on the list, or Sophia, why are you not doing this as well? I can't. All right, it's only 3 days, and trust me, the basement needs 2 days. So I'm not spending, this is not deep cleaning, this is not spring cleaning, this is just regular maintenance that you do on a monthly basis. If I don't have it done this week, I'll get it done next month when we go back to Zone 5. All right, I'm gonna do all of the baseboard in the area here with the vacuum, and then start the windows, the little windows with the stained glass, because those need to be buffed as well, and vacuum. Remember the other day I was talking about how clean is your house, you know, with Kim and Aggie. All right, and you guys told me they're on YouTube, so guess what I've been doing every night? I've been watching their shows. They're good. I love them. And you know, it's interesting because the last time I was watching that show I was living in an apartment, so I didn't see too much of a difference between, you know, well, of course, my apartment was not as dirty as the one they show, okay, let's be honest. But I didn't see much of a difference in terms of the size of the apartments. But now that I have a house and I'm watching this show, I'm like reminded of how tiny houses and apartments are in Europe, generally speaking. So yeah, you guys probably think my house is way too big. But anyway, if you're in England, I want to show you something that they demonstrated during the show, one of the episodes that I watched, and I thought it was very intriguing. It was about cleaning lampshades, not the fabric ones, but the ones that have kind of like a coating, like a wax coating on it. And mine is nowhere near as dirty as the one they were demonstrating with. But I think it was Kim that was showing that you take a bowl of hot water and you put a tiny dash in it of fabric softener, okay? And then you take a rag, and of course you squeeze out all the excess, okay? And you use that to clean the inside and the outside of your lampshade. In my case, I have to unscrew it a little bit so I can turn it. There we go. And what it does is that it removes all the dust. Not that this one needs it in particular. I'm going to get up so I can do the inside. But according to them, and I'm going to have to see if it works, is that once it dries out, you end up having the fabric softener smell on the shade, and with the heat from the light bulb, there's always a nice smell coming out of that particular area of your living room. So I thought that was kind of like a genius idea, and I am trying it. Since the light is going to be on throughout the entire time that I'm working, I'll let you know whether or not it is true. I don't know how long the smell is going to linger. Okay, so that's done. It really didn't need to be washed, but I wanted to try it out. Okay, so then I'm going to do this while I'm at it. And since I always wash my coffee table, side table with a red rag anyway, I'm going to use this as well, and we'll see if it leaves a residue of or a film, because I really like the smell. I don't know about you, but I really, really like the smell of fabric softener. And it's anti-static too. So hopefully I won't have as much dust collecting on this. Do you see the sheen that it left? It's very nice. It smells great, and I don't think it damaged the wood one bit. Okay, since we're in the business of decluttering, I don't want anything on this table. The kids always put stuff. I used to have a tray and a bunch of boxes. I'm not doing the drawers today, but I'm going to put the remotes in here. And I can say goodbye to this, and I can say goodbye to that. So that's two things I've decluttered that are going out of the house. Alright, time to mop. I'm going to try this. This is the Method Squirt and Mop. It's got the almond scent. I haven't tried it yet on the floor. I've tried it on furniture, and I like the way it smells, and it leaves a nice sheen. However, I don't know how it's going to do on the floor, so I'm just squirting and I have a mop that's slightly damp. Let's see. Okay, I'm done. Let's recap. Floor has been cleaned. I mean, it is clean. It doesn't look like there's marks or anything on it, but I don't know. I just don't think that the Mop and Glow actually washes it. I think it just gives a nice buff to it, and it's still not as shiny as I would want it to be. And then there's still some scuff marks, like not the dirt, but the actual mark here and there. So yeah, I'm not impressed, but it does smell great. Okay, so all of this here was done. I'm sorry the light changed. It's not as pretty as it used to be. I put some of my peonies. Hold on, let me see if I can change the white balance. Yeah, I think that's more accurate. All right, so these are my peonies from the garden, and I put them in the teapots. I have some nice flowers here. I don't know if I'm going to keep the lamp here. I might go in the basement, not sure. Big basket still here. I don't know what to do with this basket. I really like it. Some lady wanted to buy it at the garage sale, and she asked me to put it to the side, that she was going to come back, and she never did. So I still have it, and that's the only thing I brought back. It's a little big, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be able to get rid of it. Okay, so all of this is clean and dusted, and the inside of the curio was done. This window was done. This table here, I still have a coin I found on the floor. This table here was nice and clean, and yes, it does smell like laundry detergent, and I like it. All of this was dusted. Cobwebs are gone. I did the same thing here. There's no dust on the mantle. The frame was clean. This window here was clean. I did all of the cobwebs here. This was nicely buffed as well. These cushions I did last week, so they are clean. And then the window here was clean as well, and this area here was nicely dusted. There's nothing much going on here. I just quickly passed the vacuum cleaner with the nozzle on the edges, and on the top I did not buff the shelves because I don't want to spend too much time. I have other things I need to do, and then yeah, this is all done. The only thing I didn't do is this area here. I can do that next month. So yeah, the living room is done, and the sleep covers are still in the dryer, so that's gonna have to wait a little bit. And now we are going to work in the yard. And another thing I didn't do today was the fan. So what I'm going to do next month is, on my list, put all the stuff that needs to be done on a monthly basis, like the slip covers, for instance, and add all of the items I did not do this month, like the fan, the baseboards, put the veils, the sheer panels in the wash, things like this. Again, remember, we're not doing spring cleaning, we're just cleaning a little bit at a time. This room has been pretty much maintained, but there were some things that had to be done, like the cobwebs, the curio, things like that. That just has to be maintained, and that's the area where I'm not really good at. I can like stage things and, you know, dust or whatever, but like the stuff that really needs to spend, that I really need to spend time on, like the curio and all of that, I tend to push it to the side, and 3 years into it, it still hasn't been done. So today it looks really good, actually. I'm liking it. Anyway, so that's it. This is Zone 5, Day 1. Tomorrow I am starting the basement. There's gonna be a lot of work in there because it's, you know, a kid area. They destroy it. No matter what I do, they destroy that place. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to check out the entire series if you just discovered this video and this is your first time with my great challenge. The link is down below if you want to subscribe, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.